Hi, it's Donna. I hope you're all well. Today I thought we would do something with the muted Easter kit. So I've printed everything and got everything kind of cut out and ready to go. I have also reformatted the freebie. So the freebie was this way round, and I've reformatted it so that it can also be used horizontally. So this will be on Kofi by the time this video goes up, and it will be, it will still be a freebie as well, just in case you're wanting to use it like I am in a horizontal format. All I've had to do really is twist the butterfly. Everything else is kind of back to front and sideways anyway. But yeah, so if you would like that paper, that's available on there. This is the one I'm going to be using for today. And then the other bits and bobs, the card and the images and things, I will be using to make pockets and other little things. I've got the postcard ready to go. So let's get started on today. Now I've got a bit of a plan. It's not a lot. I do know that I want to do some kind of like Trifold Folio type thing. So I'm gonna first put some score marks into my paper. I have backed it on a piece of the backing paper from my Garden Grunge kit, just because it's quite neutral. And I didn't want to use the paper included in this muted Easter kit because I'm planning to do something else with that. So obviously you can back it, with whatever you've got, or stick it onto something, or, don't back it at all if you're quite happy to have it white. Another option might be to use some cream paper, and then you've got kind of like a bit more of a muted backside as well. So I'm just going to score this, and I think what I'll do is make a bit of a fold, a bit of a mark where I kind of want to fold, so about there, and then I think I'll bring it in about here. So let's see what mark is closest to that. So that's landed on 4 7/8, so we'll score down there. And this bit's landed on 9 and... I can go 9 3/4, or I can go 9 7/8. So I'll do 9 3/4, I think. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. So then if we fold that in, hopefully that should leave us with... Right, so I've made an error there because I went for the shorter measurement. I don't have enough room for it to close. So I'm going to pop that back on. And I'm going to go for 9 7/8, and then it'll just give me a little bit of extra room so that it's not crashing into there. That's better. So we've got our trifold now here, and other than that I don't really know what I'm going to do. I might just take off a tiny bit from there. I'm still not happy that it's not going to crash. I'm going to take a little bit off, like a really little bit, about that much. Okay, I'm happier now with that. That's closing a little bit easier. So, I mean, I think that looks great already. I absolutely love how that's looking. I love this paper. Really like it a lot. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of ink around this. I'm going to use the Distress Oxide in Ground Espresso. I think it would go really nicely with this. So I'm going to get that done and then we'll have a look at what else we can do. So we're all inked and I haven't decided yet if I want to put papers in this, but I do know for the moment that I'm not going to put any pockets or anything on the outside because I just think it works really nicely how it is. I don't really want to cover any of this up. I might put a pocket on the back perhaps later, but we'll do that, you know, we'll do that later. So let's have a look now at what we could do. And one thing I was thinking of is possibly using some postcards to make a pocket. Now I've got half a postcard here because this is where my ink was running out. So we could put that on as a double pocket perhaps. And another thing I've got actually is this, which is, it's a Tim Holtz, the Sussex chapter 3 file folder, which I've just cut down a little bit there. And what I could do, another option, is to put something like that on, because that's quite a nice fit there, and have like a tuck and then a double pocket. So I think we'll do that. So what I need to do is ink around this. I need to cover this with something, and I need to ink all around. So I'll do that now. I will probably put it on a time lapse so that we're not, you know, you're not watching me do the whole thing, but we'll get that done and then we'll see where we're looking once we've finished that bit. I'm going to use this paper from the kit to back here. So I'm just going to measure it out, cut it out and stick it down. So I think I'm going to put a thumb notch in before I ink the front bit. Just a small one. I don't want a very deep thumb notch, just to indicate that there's a pocket there, I think. And I'm just going to cut the butterfly down a little bit because I didn't think that once I'd done the thumb notch, it would sit higher than it. So I'm just going to cut that down a bit and hopefully that will fit on there a little bit better. Yeah, so if I could put it right towards the bottom, that should be fine. Maybe just a tiny bit from this side. Okay, so that will sit on there and we'll have that as a little bit of a tuck, like that. Or should we have it that side? No, we'll have it this side. So we'll have that as a tuck, so I'll put some ink around there, and I think... not a tuck, a pocket, and I think I'm wondering whether I want to round any edges. No, I don't think I'll do. We'll just put some ink on that. Okay, so that's going to go on there. And perhaps we could use one of our labels on here somewhere. Or half a label. I could do that thing where I cut it here, stick one bit on here, stick the other bit going under on this bit, and then we can still get into our pocket. So I could do that. And I want to go and try and find something for here. So I've got this number that could go on there. I think that would look quite nice. And I'm just going to have a root around to see if I've got any other little bits I might want to use. I've actually found this that I really like on there. So I'm wondering if I was to stick that here, I could make a tiny pocket here and a tiny little tuck there. And then we've got the big pocket just for an added little bit of interest. And I would just need to put some transparency into this gap. So I think I'm going to do that as something a little bit different, and then the ticket can sit in the pocket, or it can come out there like that. So I'm going to get on and do that. So the first thing I need to do is cut a little bit of transparency for there, and then I'm going to do a quick ink around, and then I think we'll come back and do the sticking all together, just so we know kind of, you know, which bits to stick down. So let me just go and cut some transparency to size. I'll stick it on, I'll ink around that, and then we'll do the sticking together. Okay, so transparency is stuck. That can go on there like that. This is going to be stuck down here. And this needs to be stuck on here. Now, for this one, I want to create a little pocket. So what I want to do is put some glue along here, all the way down the bottom, up here and up here. So I need to put a little mark where I need the glue to stop. So pop that on where I want it. So that's going to go there. So I want, put a pencil there, try and keep my thumb on it. So I want glue along there and at the bottom, and then along there and along there. So I think this is right, because that would glue the whole of that down, because I'm not going to be able to access it because this is going to be a pocket. So all of this needs to be glued. And then this bit on the top. And let's get that stuck in place. And I should then have a gap here. Let's just test. Yeah. Okay, just going to gently go over with a tissue, just to flatten some of that wet glue down a bit. And this one, I want to go on as a pocket here. So for this one, I want 1, 2, 3 sides. The good thing about this muted Easter kit is because it is muted, it does lend itself to being mixed and matched with other things that you've got. As I say, you know, it's not, neither this kit or the spring ephemera kit have background papers, apart from the one paper that's included with this. You know, it doesn't have a lot of decorative papers. So you can just mix and match with what you've already got, what you might have from last year. Managed to smudge the ink on there, which is always good. So we've got a little pocket there as well. I'm sorry, I've got bits rolling all over the floor here. I'm really sorry if you can hear that. So let's just get this one stuck down now. That's going to go on there, and then we can stick these 2 sides. Okay, so then this will sit on there like that as a little tuck. Sorry, not a tuck, a pocket. So that's that one. Now I also do have one of these things, these pockets, where we can put like ephemera. So that's one that I got from AliExpress, and I've also got this smaller one. Oh no, that's the same one. I thought I had one from Tim Holtz as well. Perhaps this is the Tim Holtz one. So yeah, so I've got this one. I do have an AliExpress one somewhere. So I was thinking we could perhaps put that on there like that, but maybe back it in some of this to tie that colour in. Maybe that piece there. So then we've got kind of the same, and we could even like leave a little border, could we? Or is it better not to? So that we've got that same colour coming through. So shall we do that? Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to get this cut and glued on to the back. And the way I'm going to glue it is to just put some glue here and then probably about here. Because obviously I don't want to glue these closed. I want to be able to get things in there. So I'm just going to glue it on like I would do a pocket on the top of this paper. So I'll get that done and then we'll see what we can do next. And then I think I will also back the whole thing onto some glue paper just to strengthen it a little bit, because this is only copy paper. So I'm just going to go and find some scrap paper and I'm going to get that glued down. So we're back down there. These can still be used, and once I've cut it out we will stick it on 3 sides, then we'll have a back pocket as well. So I'm going to cut around that now. So that's going to go there, that is going to go there, and I'm going to pop that on as a tuck. So 1, 2 sides, something we're tucking there, and then we can use these pockets here. Now something for the front, what have we got? Okay, so I found this Tracy Fox label which I like. It's in the nice kind of this greeny tone that this paper's in, and I've also found the front part that goes with this, I think, although it looks like it's in a different paper, so I'm not quite sure what this is, unless this isn't the Tim Holtz. This is the Tim Holtz and I've got it mixed up somewhere, I'm not quite sure. So I've got a couple of these, so I'm thinking of using that and then layering that on there like that. I probably might do a little bit of stamping, so I'm just going to leave that like that for the moment. I also found this Tracy Fox label, which I've always thought looks like it's got an Easter egg on it. I don't know, I can't tell, but to me it's always looked like an Easter egg. It looks actually like it might be something more mathematical, but I think it'll fit nicely in this, so I'm going to put that to one side. So I think I'm gonna leave that here for today. I don't want an overly massive video. I'm gonna have a think about what I want to do in terms of stamping, what I want to do in terms of perhaps making some more pockets. So I think I could maybe have another one there, or I could have one here and have something hanging down. Like it could be like a thing that you tuck up, or I could have a thing that you tuck up going that way. I've got this little envelope as well to use somehow, so I want to try and incorporate that. So I could maybe do some kind of like flap like that, so then that opens like that. Perhaps put some pages in, maybe do like a side tuck here. So there's lots of things that for me to think about. I just wanted to make a start today and show you a little bit, give you a few ideas of what you could possibly do with this muted Easter kit. So I've also got all the images as well, which I'm planning on making really nice journaling cards with. So I'll leave it there for today. How pretty are these? So nice. I love those. Yeah, I'll leave it there for today. Like that. That would look nice, wouldn't it? And I'll have a think, and we'll pick this up again on Monday. So take good care of yourselves. I've just remembered these as well. Could maybe do something with these. I keep finding all my bits. So yeah, take good care of yourselves, and I will see you on Monday. Bye now.